Okay, so this is just a very quick short video on how to actually access Padlet. Padlet is an app that you can use with your group, both either on a browser like Google Chrome or whatever, or if they have an access to PCs, then they can use it on their smartphones. So any smartphone will have access to this app. Okay. If you already got an account, obviously you just click on login, but we're just going to sign up for free. Okay, so you want to put in your email address. So ideally, if this is something that you're going to be using long term, you should actually use your own personal email address, just so that you can use it again after you finish the course. Okay, so again, passwords. So again, what I would tend to do is always try and find an actual password that you can relate to. So and maybe keep it consistent across any of these little apps or programs that you're going to sign up for, so that it's easy to. And of course, I am beautiful, so we'll just say sign up, and that's us in. Okay, now there is obviously a pay per version, but we're happy enough with the free version. Okay, so you can, if it's on your own PC, obviously you can save your password. If it's not on your own PC, I wouldn't recommend that you save it. Okay. Once we're here now, we're going to skip this step. Okay, we just want to kind of move on into the actual Padlet dashboard, so we'll just skip that. So here we are now, we're in. Okay, and we have an option here to make a Padlet, or obviously over here on the right hand side you can also have the option to make the Padlet, so it doesn't matter which you pick. So you'll here just go make a Padlet. Okay, a couple of different versions that you can use. Okay, and you can try them all out. I find that this one, the shelf, works very well because it allows you to actually put in kind of like a columns and a heading, and then you can get your students to add in under. So if you're basically using categories, I think that's a really good option. This one is also very good. It's when you can get people to brainstorm and they throw their ideas up, and then you can actually move each idea around so that you can categorize it. Okay, so a quick look at this one first. Just click on select. So it's just waiting for it to come up. Okay, so basically it automatically gives you a name, gives you a background, gives you a name, gives you a slogan. Okay, but you can change that if you want. Okay, so you can see there's my name up there, so just get rid of this to say, like, say this is for financial and legal, and we're going to say it's going to be brainstorm. Okay, and you can say, right, so you can give maybe a little bit more detail here for yourself. So we're going to just go brainstorm legal terminology. So I would kind of use this, maybe the first class, just to try and see what they actually know, and also kind of just to get them to put some ideas down on paper, but not on paper, if you know what I mean. There's different wallpapers you can use here. Okay, so for example, you can see that's quite in your face. They give you 4 here, but you can actually select different ones. Okay, so if you whatever one you like, you can go down and find it and say, right, well, that's the one I want, or let's stick with this one. Okay. Once you select your wallpaper, just click on your back button, and that's really all you need to look at on that one. Okay, you're going to click on your next button. Okay, so this is to do with how you're going to share people and privacy and how much access they have. So by default, it's left at secret, and I tend to just leave it there because you're going to share it specifically with your groups. So that's why you don't need to do anything else with that. But you have to make sure that this is ticked, that those with access can write to it. Okay, because you want to make sure that they can actually change it in some way. There's no point in having it just reading, that you can actually write to it. Okay, and then you just click on the next button and start posting. Now this one, as I said, is like a brainstorm. So you can either just double click and it'll position it wherever you're double clicked. Okay, so if you say, for example, you're going to do this, give a little bit of a heading, and then your instructions. So you can give your instructions to your students. Post any term relating to the law. Something like that. So you give them instructions. Okay, and you can add little voiceover to it. You can add a video, you can add a picture. So we'll just add a quick picture here. So we're just going to choose a file, and okay, we don't want those. Just put this graphic in. Okay, and it's just uploading, and it takes a few seconds, and then once it has, you just click on the OK button, and it automatically just puts it in there. So this is just kind of, so this is the focal point of your thing. So then you give access to it, and each student then can just post. So I'll just show you how they post first. So they literally just double click and they'll get a little box and they go, well, okay, well, let's see, what'll I say? You know, Equality Act, say, for example. Or they might say criminals, because all that's what we think about when we think of the law. Or they might say judges. Might actually spell it properly too, if they're pen it. Okay, and you can actually decide, okay, well, look at, you know, these are all, we categorize these as all the people that we know are involved in the law, and then maybe you look at this and say some of the laws, so you can actually draw it out and pull it over to one side as they're posting them. You can actually bring them into different sections. Okay, so to make sure you can share it, you just click on the share button up here, and you basically want to share, export, embed. Click on that, and you either can give them a link, so you can copy link to this Padlet, okay, which basically you could set to put up on Moodle so they can just click on it and get directly into it, or you can actually get them to use a QR code. Now, if they're using their own devices, this is the best way, because what this does is once they start the app on their device, it will automatically ask to scan a QR code. So you have that up on the screen and they just scan it and they get directly into it. Okay, just to have a look. So this brings you back. So then when you go back to your main page there, you can see the ones that you've built up there. Okay, I'll just show you another one that I had already done for, this is another one that I'd done for office admin, so business law, same idea. I obviously didn't change the slogan in this case, but again, you know, what I got to this time to do was I actually did them in columns. Okay, so that's using the option when you click on new, and again you can do it there, this one, the shelf basically option. Okay, so that gives you that option. Okay, just bring that back again. Okay, so that's the actual link, and again you can copy and paste that in, or you can use the QR code, and you can see then that they actually have just been asked. In this instance, I made them set them up in groups, and I asked, you know, so many people to look at what the people were behind the law, the different places we associate with the law, any acts or laws that they'd heard about over the news or whatever. The civil crimes, there's a bit of discussion about those, so some of those obviously are not civil crimes, but again the whole idea was that they actually put stuff up so we can actually talk about it. And again then the criminal crimes that they can add to. So you can add as many columns, and obviously little love hearts background is lovely. And again, each time, you know, you can just do a share, export, embed, and there you have it. Okay.